So with the NBA season coming to an end and the Lakers still probably not going to make the playoffs, that's something we know. There is something that we don't know, and that's driving me crazy. It is the MVP. Who will be the MVP? Is it Joel Embiid? Is it Nikola Jokic? Or is it Giannis Antetokounmpo? Now, if you've been on the channel for a while, you already know who my vote is. I am a firm believer that Nikola Jokic is probably going to win this year's MVP. But before we get into the rest of the video, do me a favor, drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment. And yeah, like I said, I'm a firm believer that Nikola Jokic is probably going to win the MVP. But for the past like week or two, it's been strong buzz that it's probably going to be Joel Embiid. I don't think it is, and there's a few things we can cover, and that people were saying, Joel should win MVP over Nikola Jokic. Oh, he's scoring more, his stats are better, his team is better, and there was the one thing that really I was confused about. Like seeing it now, and I want to know how y'all feel about it, because like the way things happen. So there was a big argument about the MVP going to a lower seeded team. The last time we seen the MVP go to a lower seed was Russell Westbrook when he won his MVP a few years ago, and everybody was saying, oh, that's why Nikola Jokic can't win MVP, because his team is not, a top 3 seeded. Because most of the time, majority of the time, the MVP goes to the player of the best team that's on the 1, 2, or the 3 seed. Most of the time, mainly one seed or 2 seed. And for the longest time this season, the Sixers have been hovering around one of those top 5 seeded spots, and Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets have yet to crack the top 5. I'm pretty sure they're sitting at 6 right now. I'm pretty sure, but it was just one of those things that people make a conversation that's why Nikola Jokic can't win MVP, and I want to show y'all some things, because I just want to prove to y'all why I think Nikola Jokic is the MVP and why this is really just driving me crazy. So let me transition real quick over here, just so y'all can see this. All right. And so this is what I'm talking about. As you see, we have the conferences right here. Like I said, the whole argument is that Joel Embiid should win it because his team is higher seeded and his stats are better. But with only a few games left in last season, we see the Heat have clinched their spot, the Celtics and the Bucks have clinched their spot. But the Sixers have dropped down to the 4th seed, when not too long ago I'm pretty sure they were a top 2 seeded team, a top 1 through 3 seeded team. So it's kind of confusing, because as you see, over their last 10 games, they're 6-4, not a bad record, but they dropped down. I'm pretty sure that they dropped down from what they were like a week or 2 ago, when everybody was making the whole argument that that Joel should win MVP because his team is higher seeded, and they're 4th right now, they're 4th in the East right now, sitting with like about 2-3 weeks left. And then if you come over here to the Western Conference, you see that the Nuggets are sitting at 5th, and over their last 10 games, they're also 6-4, 1-game win streak. So how does the argument change now that their seeds are both hovering around the same team? Nikola Jokic has been putting up almost a triple-double every night. Joel Embiid was leading the league in scoring for a while. I think he dropped down to 3rd now after LeBron and Giannis. And that was another big thing. People were talking about, not Giannis, but Joel should win because he's leading the league in scoring. And like, I want to make this one thing clear. Like, I'm not making this video to bash Joel, because I'm a big fan of Joel Embiid, but I just wanted to see where things rank now that the Denver Nuggets are sitting at the 5th seed and the Sixers are sitting at the 4th seed. Because for the longest time, people were saying it should go to the higher seeded player, because like through history, it's only been a few rare occasions that we've seen a MVP go to a lower seeded team, like that's like not a top 3 or 4 team. So now that the Nuggets are sitting at the 5 seed, does this make Nikola Jokic's MVP campaign or argument a little bit stronger? Because if we're being real here, Joel Embiid is averaging more stats, more points per game and stuff like that, but Nikola Jokic is almost dropping a triple-double. And in terms of MVP, Joel Embiid has the help. Joel Embiid has the team around him. Nikola Jokic has literally been playing with at least half his team this entire season. His star point guard is not there, and it's really just been him. And when it comes to most valuable player, it should be the person that impacts his team's success the most. and that's Nikola Jokic, because it's literally just Nikola Jokic, and that's it. He doesn't have his secondary star in Jamal Murray, who's projected to be back next season. Obviously, I don't think he's coming back playoff time, and nobody expected this team to be this good, let alone them being the 5 seed. So I think it should go based off how well the player is playing. It should go off storyline. It should go off how well this person impacts the team. And as you see, Nikola Jokic has carried his team to the 5th seed with only about 2-3 weeks left. Nobody expected this team to even be like in the play-in or like making the top 10. So for him to be the 5th seed and carry this team all year long, and I think Nikola Jokic has the strongest case to be the MVP. And like I said, I'm not discrediting Joel Embiid. That's not what I'm doing, because Joel Embiid also, Joel Embiid has his own storyline too with the whole James Harden thing, and it's just I just believe that Nikola Jokic is this year's MVP. All right, man, my bad for the crazy ending, crazy cut. I apologize for that, but for some reason my computer started messing up. But that's besides the point. The point I was trying to say is, I'm not discrediting Joel Embiid or nothing like that, but this MVP race is really, really driving me crazy. And I'm just a firm believer that the MVP should go to Nikola Jokic. And like I said, not discrediting Joel Embiid, amazing player. And I'm excited to see what the results are at the end of the season in just a few weeks. Like, this has been one of the craziest MVP races we've seen in a long time, that's been dominated by bigs such as Joel, Nikola, and Giannis, which is amazing to see that the league big men are finally starting to get their respect again. But this MVP race has been driving me crazy, and I want to know what y'all opinions are. Who y'all got winning MVP? Let me know down in the comments. And with that being said, drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment. I hope y'all enjoyed that, and I'm gonna catch you next video. We out of here. Peace.